Welcome along. Right, Mad Merriagn here for Cold Beer Sports. Good to be back on YouTube this morning. Just want to touch on the Galway plate. I will be back tomorrow with a preview of the Galway hurdle. Just to touch on it, the ground is obviously going to really shake things up. It's going to be very, annoying for a lot of connections. I'm sure most of them would have liking a bit of nicer ground for horses this time of the year. It's probably unlikely we might see Ewick now and Shark Hanlon. It would have been a really nice thing for Galway to have the defending champion there, but it's probably unlikely with all the rain. However, I have come down on two, plus I'm going to give you a bet for Lingfield this evening. So the two I've come on is the Gordon Elliott pair. I do like Ash Tree Meadow, however the ground would have to worry you, but with young Danny Gilligan getting the £7 off, this lad ran an absolute belter as a 6-year-old in this last year. He's big and bullish enough to hold a position in a race like this. We've got a superstar young jockey, £7 off. If he can handle the ground, lads, he's definitely one of the horses to beat. I'm going to stick with another Elliott horse who's only a 6-year-old, the Goffer. I think the Goffer, this is the kind of trip he wants. Doesn't want to be running over the extreme staying distances. He's a very progressive horse. He definitely has a lot going for him. I do think Dunamiler could be in for a really good spin. The same thing, the ground could be really bad, lads. We just got to hope that they're progressive enough to handle it as good as most, because the way I'm looking at this race is the ground's going to be so bad all week here, lads. You're just going to have to say, right, I need to back horses that have some bit of upside against the handicapper, therefore will help them to handle conditions, not be bogged down with too much weight on their back in races that are going to be a slog. So I'm just looking for horses that I feel have a few pound up their sleeve. So there is a horse running in the 802 tonight. Daniel Muscat takes the ride. This is in Lingfield. This is called, is it Razna May? She's a nice filly. She ran really well in Catterick the last day. The handicapper dropped her £2 for a race she clearly was good enough to win. Could she have handled in the track a little bit better? I am a little bit surprised they have brought her here with the Canver in Lingfield, but it is a straight 7. She is progressive. She probably should have won one by now. I do think she'll run a really good race, so I'll go a point each way. Razna also back her for the straight place markets, stuff like that. She's around an 11-2 shot, so definitely interesting. I do have an entry in the Galway hurdle myself. He's more than likely won't be he wouldn't get in anyway, but we wouldn't run him on this ground. But our company, keep an eye out for him, trained by Paddy Neville in the UK. So yeah, really looking forward to a great week ahead. I have some really nice bets on the service. I have 2 bets gone out today. I'll also have some really nice bets for Goodwood and Galway. You can check that out if you want to get involved in the Patreon service. Any of the tiers you sign up to will give you access to all the bets. The new tier is the one, the $24.99 a month. Check it out. All right, Ash Tree Meadow and the Goffer in the Galway plate for me. Razna May tonight in Lingfield in the 802 to run a big race at 11-2, a point each way. Maybe look at the straight place market. If I was confident she could handle the track, I'd say she'd win. But I think Connections wouldn't run her here unless they were confident that the straight 7 will suit, albeit on a camber. All right, bet safe. Cheers.